fee would now be $74 instead of 72, and our weekday rate would, in mid-season, would be
74.
$70. The gym membership rate would be $45, and then membership on the next page. So that would bring the adult Harwich and Chatham resident rate to $790, adult Eastham or Orleans resident to $890, other adult non-resident rates to $1090. The new young adult category would be at $490. The junior student rate would be $125. That would not be raised, that would just be merged. And the junior non-resident would remain $350, and the gym membership would be $45. This is a look at exactly how things stack up with the other memberships of the other municipal golf courses. This is comparing the 2017 numbers because none of them have decided on their 2018 numbers. They're still exactly where we are. Lawrenceville's anticipating a 2% raise annually starting this year and just going forward indefinitely, 2% per year. Yarmouth is around the same. They go up $25 every year. And Dennis and Brewster, I've got no inclination of where they're going. I assume the gin handicaps will all go up to 45 because of the $5 added from the MGA, except for Dennis, they remain $5 cheaper, is what I would expect. This shows exactly our greens fee, or I'm sorry, our rate history for memberships. This shows we haven't gone up in a membership category in rate since 2014. That was the last raise when we went from 745 to 770. I'm sorry, that may have gotten cut off there, but that's, and here's the greens fee history of where we've been the last few years. It's going up $2 kind of every other year, every third year. So once again, we'll go back to the summary page. How we do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, that's Roman's suggestions. So moving forward, Pete Wall. Pete?
Hi, my name is Pete Wall, and what I'm about to say, I've said many times at this podium. Everybody except the newest members of the committee have heard this. There's a term used that Chatham residents pay the same as Harwich. That is an incorrect statement. They might pay the same rate, but I'm paying more than the residents of Chatham. I think I'm still paying off the maintenance building in my taxes. I'm paying off the irrigation, and I'm paying off many, many other capital things that the people from Chatham are not contributing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pete. Someone else? Yes, sir.
My name's Robert Donahue, and I'm proud to say that Joe is my next neighbor. I'm here with a little bit of blasphemy from my golfing friends. We pay $770 to play on a golf course that we would easily pay $1,000 for if we could, if we got those rounds. I understand that that's probably not going to happen, but if we were to add, if we were to go up to $1,000, if you will, it's $230,000. With that money, you'd pay off non-members, and through the summer months, add an enormous number of spots for the members. And I understand this isn't going to happen. We go up $2, $10, $20. Yeah. I get all that, all right? But at the same time, you're given, for my, 60 rounds, $12, $13. That's kind of a joke. I mean, $13. So, again, I understand I'm telling you something that's not going to happen, but all of the people that I talk to who I play golf with would not mind it a bit if we took those numbers up where they should be and not where they are. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Donahue. Anyone else? Joe.
just a response to my friend Pete Wall. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I hear a lot, because I'm a ranger, and as you know, started also, I hear a lot about Chatham pays the same as we do, and they should pay a little bit more. Well, I tend to maybe agree with that. One thing I think we ought to consider, maybe the public doesn't really, and the golfing public doesn't know this, like Cranberry, that when they work this thing out with this sewer treatment combine, I don't know how it's all gonna shake out, but they're gonna be doing us an awful big favor. I don't know whether you can tie that with the fact that they're paying the same as we are paying, but it's something that I think that ought to be talked about or discussed. And maybe it's gonna work out to our advantage to have it that way, and maybe it won't. But I kinda think that that's a huge project that's gonna take place over the years. And so the fact that they're paying what we're paying may be a wash, maybe to our advantage, so leave it alone.
Thank you, Joe. Pete again?
Thank you. I have to contradict Joe. I also serve on the school building committee for Monomoy Regional High School, which shares the high school with the Chatham and Harwich. I also serve on the Capital Outlay Committee. And because of my position on the Capital Outlay Committee, I'm privy to a lot of the negotiations that are going on between Chatham and Harwich for Chatham to take effluent from East Harwich. Chatham isn't giving us anything, and we're not giving them anything. This is a strictly business deal. The people from Harwich are trying to negotiate the best deal for Harwich. The people from Chatham are trying to negotiate the best deal for Chatham.
Thanks for that insight, Pete.
One more
Yes,
comment?
Mr. Donovan?
I assume Eastham pays more than Chatham?
Yes, $100.
What did they do wrong?
Can I answer that? Yeah,
Well-
I remember the night when we took this up. Can I just respond to that? No?
I think we could respond to that, Tom, in our general discussion, after we've adjourned,
Arm wrestle?
after we've adjourned the hearing.
I'd like to
Okay.
hear it.
If there are no further comments from the public, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
So moved.
Okay, and second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Aye. Okay, now I'd like to convene at 4:15, our special meeting on rates and fees. With the public input that we've just had in terms of open discussion from the committee, Tom, you'd like to address one of the comments that was made?
Yes.
Yeah.
The night that we looked at this was probably 7 years ago, and there were 4 golf committee members here. And the issue was whether to let Chatham in because we were at that time negotiating about a new high school, joining with new districts, and it felt like the right thing to do. The vote failed 2-2, so it was off the table. That night, the selectmen voted 5-0 to include them, because they set the rates. So when we dealt with this, it failed as far as we were concerned, the initial vote. We then went off to the golf committee down there to see if we could do some kind of negotiating. And even if we couldn't get anything from the golf, if they could give us a clam license at a local rate. And they said, oh my God, we couldn't do that. I mean, so it was very difficult to do it. Every year Peter brought this up, I voted with him that we should hold up on this. And for several years, we had Angelo here, who was a selectman, and we brought the issue up, and I think he gave us a figure, something like, well, it's only like $56 or $35 a year, or something, about paying off the debt, Peter. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's a bone of contention. About Eastham, the committee purposely voted not to include them in the Chatham arrangement, but to give them a higher rate, so they are paying a higher rate, because they have no golf course. So that's kind of the kind of rough history of this.
May I
Go-
comment?
sure.
I would tell you that the golfing community would be more than happy to pay more money to get rid of Chatham and Eastham. Again, it's all about playing golf. Roman knows it. I mean, every day. frustrating thing as you can imagine. And I understand you can't raise it to $1,000, but it's a joke how little money that we spend. And I don't even know, I don't know where that comes from. What?
Mr. Don?
Aren't we all capitalists here? I mean,
Exactly, but Mr. Donahue, I can assure you, the topic's come up before
Yeah.
within this committee as far as, raising the rates. But to the point of the charge of recreational golf in the town of Harwich, within the framework of the charter, there's a kind of clause, I'm paraphrasing, but the idea is to create an affordable golf experience for anyone in the town, and/or, guest as well. And I think in that spirit, there's been a lot of attention made to keep it reasonable. And we realize, if Jeff Williams, unfortunately, one of our committee members was here, he was talking about this at our last meeting. When you use that Steve Jobs axiom, imputing value, we have extreme value in the product we offer to the public, and there's no argument. The best I think we might be able to assure you is possibly, if it was in the committee's best interest, or they felt that they wanted to move ahead, we could, survey the current membership and see what, the prevailing sentiment was. Going back historically, and I think it's worthy of mentioning, Tom, 2008, 2009, to join the driving range, you had to pay $450 to join the driving range. In the wisdom of the committee, we decided that we would roll the range membership into your membership to the tune of $25. I may be selective in my hearing, and Tom, you might have another observation, but the hue and cry, $25. It was unbelievable. But luckily, we were able to move to that $625 figure, and people saw the wisdom in it, because I don't want to say it was outrageous, but it was a direction the past committee had taken, and God bless, but it seemed to make sense.
Why don't we have another one,
What's that?
another survey? To
Well,
all of the members
yeah.
and ask them, we're thinking, at what level?
Yeah.
Because if you took it up to the level that I was talking about,
Yeah.
you're gonna purchase back 3,000 or 4,000 rounds of golf. That's what you're gonna get. And by the way, I had a friend of mine who went to one of these hearings, not here,
Yeah.
about the patches of ground where they grow gardens or whatever it was, and they went up $5 and took 2 hours
Yeah.
before they could,
I got you. Town gardens.
yeah, the town garden. So, but again, whatever. I understand what you're saying, and I'm sure if there are people who need money, then let's take $5 on every member, put it in a fund, show me your financials, and if you need to give us $50 or $30, we'll do that.
Anyone else like to respond to any of the
Kinda
comments?
Doug said this.
Uh,
Yeah, one of the things that strikes me about that, I understand, the guys have said that to me before. We have the substitution effect. If we went up to $1,000,
Mhm.
and you look at the distribution of rates in other courses that are nearby, they're lower. And, the notion from what is the law of relative utility, whatever it is, that, there would be an implication of people saying, oh, boy, I'm going to now play over here.
Where are they gonna go?
Go to Captain's, go to DY.
How do you go to, it's $1,500.
Well, I'm
And it's-
sorry, I didn't see it that way.
For the
15
non-resident rate.
Non-resident,
It's
you're gonna say
typically
no.
a non-resident rate.
Dennis, it's 1,100. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think so, and that's the cheapest,
1,500
that's the
for
cheapest.
there. And they said they have both of them have two.
36 holes.
18s, all right, I get all that. I just think that the membership wants you to do this. And maybe you should do another survey at to which level.
Okay, we'll take the recommendation
Okay.
into consideration. Roman,
Yeah.
anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, no, I hear that a lot too, Bob, about the some members would be willing to pay more. I honestly think you'd outprice some. We have so many, I picture some of our 9-hole groups, our 9-hole ladies, our 9-hole men that are all on fixed income, a lot of people that you said you play 60 rounds, there's a lot of people playing 15 and 20 rounds, that all of a sudden their per round rate goes way up. And you're right, I hate to have them feel like they're forced to accept more than they want to pay because it's either pay that much money or go elsewhere.
Yeah,
I
I know
don't know.
that's difficult, but anytime you wanna, charge me more, you can do it. Again, along with the players we have, and I understand, there are people who are, perhaps more senior than me who play golf, and they just, I don't care how much money they have, they don't wanna give you another $10.
There's one comment, Clement.
Exactly. John?
I know there are people, I can't tell you how many, but I know that I've talked with several people who have gone through the mental machinations of, how many rounds do I think I'm gonna play in a given year? And I assure you, it's nowhere near 60. Nowhere near 60. Who are saying, where is it more cost effective for me to pay for the annual membership at $7.90 or pay greens fees each time I go and play? And at least 3 different cases that I spoke with the people on, they said, I'm gonna pay greens fees per round. Why? Because, and I'll play late in the afternoon. Why? Because I'm on a fixed income and I can't afford to play that many. Now, when you're playing 60 rounds, it's a whole different deal. But I would guess if we were to come up with a distribution of the players, most are not playing 60 rounds a year. I don't know that for sure, but that's my theory anyway. I know maybe you know better.
No, I don't have any facts to that, but that's definitely true. And the one thing when you talk about surveys, we did survey the membership this year about, and the biggest change in a positive manner was tee time allocation.
Right.
The members were most satisfied about the amount of tee times this year over last year, so I don't know where that leaves. Go ahead.
Roman, what did they say about time? I mean, how long it takes to play?
That last year, that was the biggest increase for positive, and this year it stays, it remains the same.
Same?
Yeah.
And you can't fix it because you won't go to 9 minutes?
You'd give up a lot going to 9. You'd give up money and the amount of tee times, yeah.
You have a golden place, everybody wants to play it.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's a good thing, not a bad
Well, I mean,
thing.
I have faith in our staff that, I mean, we try our hardest to get people around in acceptable time, and, you'll win some, lose some. With 9 minutes, you'd win some, lose some.
And 10 minutes would be,
By the way, it's the best muni on the Cape, okay?
well, thank you.
Thank you.
Best muni on the Cape.
Any other response to the public comments? At this time, then I would entertain a motion to approve the rates as recommended by the Director of Golf for 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Okay? And seconded.
Second.
We don't approve them, we recommend them, so.
Well,
The
recommendation,
recommendation.
The
yes.
motion should be to recommend.
Okay.
Selectmen, yeah.
Thank you, Tom. Okay, we have a motion on the floor. It's been seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Thank you very much. People, under this agenda, which I had published unexpectedly because of Veterans Day coming forward, Tom Johnson, member of our committee for the last 10 years, brought up a topic that I would like to consider. Tom?
Yeah, for our webpage, I think there's an awful lot of guys that play Cranberry Valley that are veterans and served in uniform. As a matter of fact, I think Roman has got, last May, we had our veterans outing,
Mm-hmm.
and just got a nice piece, some of the veterans that they signed a nice plaque that we're gonna put up on the wall.
Oh, wow.
It's going to highlight our
Great.
corner of honor for our members. This
Yeah.
was signed by all the veterans that played in the SLU Military Golf Association event.
That was
From
great.
their,
And
from
this
their
was sent to us by
association.
SLU Military
Yeah,
Golf
we had
Association.
another 75 members playing here, many of whom has served. I
Yeah.
just thought it would be nice to put a statement on our webpage acknowledging that, and also just reminding people that the Mooney driving range was named after Charlie Mooney, 3 Purple Hearts and a Bronze Star of World War II. And Ray Jefferson named the clubhouse after he's an old Navy flyer. That we're a place with a conscience that remembers these guys. That's all. It's a very simple statement, and I'd like to have permission to have Roman put it on the webpage.
Absolutely.
Before Veterans Day.
I
don't think you need a vote.
I don't think we need a
Yeah, I don't know.
motion on that matter, but certainly I think that would be the consensus of the committee, you know?
Tom, could you email this to me so that I can just copy and paste it and
Okay.
put it on the email website that way?
Tom, as a gesture toward, the upcoming Veterans Day, we'll make sure that that happens, okay? Is there any other business to come before the committee? I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. Okay? Moved by Mr. Kingsbury and seconded by Mr. Wheeler. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Thank you, people.
By the way, you have the best management as well. At the course.
There you go.
We're-
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for coming, people.
So where was Heat 3 years ago when the room was full of frickin', 2 years ago, full of bitches over $5
We get a lot of that.
Yeah.
on the gin
Yeah.
thing?
The group of people that play 60
we
plus
off, by the
rounds
way?
all say
Are
that.
we
They'll
off
pay
or
an
are we
extra
still
100 to play
broadcasting?
more.
Yeah.
And
Are
they're a minority.
Excuse me, are we off? Are we off?
No,
We don't know.
technically not. We're not off yet.
Check your tongues. Well, the hand gestures only.
And no one-fingered salutes out of you.
Don't start with me.
Pleasure doing business.
Hey, it sure beats, because you've been here long enough. Yes, we're all set, Jamie. Yes. Everything is over. You're welcome. Bye.
Who do you call?
Jamie Goodwin.
That shuts that down?
She is home with a strep throat. She was going to be here. Her assistant, Caleb, set this up. It's Orwellian. She's home,
Look
but
creepy
she
in my
can
opinion.
she can activate this system from home.
Sure. We hope you can. Cool.
Yeah. So now it is shut off.
So, you can talk now?
Now we can,
The rest would be captured in the general revenues. That would create a in-season, 7-day-a-week rate. I think our business is strong enough to sustain that. Raise all major memberships, $20. That does not include the junior membership. It's a surcharge to the Golf Infrastructure Fund. Merge the junior 1 and 2 into one membership category, the junior student, which would cover, that one membership category would be 7 to 21 years old. And to raise the gin handicap fee by $5 due to an increase from the MGA, which is the provider. I'll put on the screen what that looks like on our rate sheet, which is a little hard to see there, but I can go over it in general. In general, our top